Yeah, surprisingly, my mic does work. Yeah, surprisingly, my mic does work. I don't know. I don't understand why OBS don't even show that. Why does OBS don't even show that? Well, one more. This is also one more thing I want to see if audio comes through like the desktop speakers too.
With the people that they picked. It's almost like I called this happening right as the whole news kind of broke there. It's
Let me
almost like I
see.
said that this was going to happen, and that some of these people weren't qualified. I don't know. Maybe
Let
on
me
your
just turn that down a little bit and see if OBS's capture. It does in some way. All right then. All right then. Let me just get my playset going then. I got my playlist going. Let's see. Got all my Weeb stuff in here and all my Unity dev stuff. So, got my VGM playlist. Should have had this stuff like ready to go ahead of time. But also, other stream, be quiet. Other stream, be quiet. So, what I can probably use is my VGM right here. We can play. I don't even know. Yeah, seems like the I don't know. It's like I show capture doesn't even work either. It's like Mac always has like all these various amount of problems that it doesn't need to. But oh well. Oh well. Oh well. So what we got so what we gonna be doing today? Well today what we gonna be working on is getting my project Food Raiders Mini onto both Mac, Windows, Linux, and the Xbox One for the Creators Collection. And the way how I'm doing this is taking my old project, Food Raiders, and turning it into something that is actually playable. So what I have in mind for today is today I'm going to work on overhauling the player movement system and basic player information. And in addition to that, I got like a whole list of this stuff that I wrote down. I got like my player info stuff that stores basic information. The one that has player movement. A couple other things I'm planning to do is that I need to redo animations, and add certain items that I originally wanted to have in here. And one last thing is like when the starts the game up, it randomly chooses between 4 to 5 different stages that they can play in based on the color tiles that I have. So you can just go to add. No, that's not it. That's not it. Uh, so it's in my documents. Oh no no no! It's not even in documents. It's in Man, it's in my Let's see. I don't understand. Why would it be so complicated like this? In this folder right here. Open that. Oh, so it's just not gonna open it automatically? Okay then. I see how it is. So what I'm gonna do is open it like that. This also while I'm at it, I'm just gonna keep notifying people that I'm live right now. Uh, let's see. Just notified on my Snap. Now I gotta do Twitter. Hey yo yo yo, what did Unity do? This is error and package manager. Oh, just continue. That's probably something. Switch to Mac. Switch to Mac. Yeah, just do that. Dang. All right. Okay, so I got everything set up now. All I just gotta wait is Unity to start up so we can actually get started. We can actually get started with the project. Okay, Unity, you can get this. You can hurry up now. Oh, it's done now. Thank you. I can just close out my settings and stuff. My Mac saying, "Hey man, you got all this amount of space is gone by I don't know." That still bothers me. It's saying like it has 200. It was a 252 gigs being used, but I know it's probably at least half of that. It's just probably somewhere bloated in the system and that I don't even know how to take out. Well, try again tomorrow. And no, Google, I don't care. I should start cleaning. I should clean up my desktop. This is just disgusting. I got all these screenshots and stuff, and some of this is from my like high school. I mean, not high school, college final project that I worked on about a week ago at least. Oh man, man, I'm just looking on Twitter. I'm just having a blast. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on. Hey, what's good, Raj? Hey, yeah, I don't know. Twitter is just reckless sometimes, yet it's so funny. Dang, J.C. Penney actually closed. Dang, wow. That's crazy. I'm looking on Twitter right now. It's saying like J.C. Penney closing down. I'm like, whoa. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, usually during the summertime when around me and my family always be going out all the way out in the suburbs. We sometimes go out to the River Forest Mall and just go get some stuff from like J.C. Penney or Carson's or something like that. And now they saying it's going bankrupt. Wow. This is, and one buddy's just saying, "Dang, one season without a high school dance and they folded." I'm like, "Dang, it just took a whole quarantine and now they blown out." Dang, man, that's crazy. Considering most people be using that. All right, now what we got now is the project itself. What we got is the project itself. If I can just zoom everything out. No, so it's in the aspect ratio is wrong too. It's supposed to be in 720p, so 720p fixed resolution, 1028 by 720. There we go. And also another thing, let me detach my external hard drive real quick because I gotta go get my Xbox controller because this is my main test to play on here. And also, one other weird thing. One weird problem that I always have is when I'm testing stuff on Mac. Eject all, thank you. One thing I have a problem when I'm testing stuff on Mac is like Mac be just like, I don't want to run. I do not want to load this up. I'm like, come on, man. It's built on here, so it should work on here. That does. It does not make sense if you not to do that. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So what we got here is I'm gonna take out my hard drive out, and what we gonna do is plug up my Xbox One controller. There we go. Hope it doesn't boot up the Xbox, cause sometimes it does some weird stuff, and it just say like, "Hey man, I'm gonna need to connect over here, man." No, 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 no. That's not in my intention to do so. No, I need to connect over there. No, you're connecting to my PC, Bucko. That's your main job. Hey, hold on. Looks like it's not. That might mean that the Xbox over there is unplugged. So, does that mean? Uh, I don't know. Let's just see if I turn off this UI, and just scroll in between here. Let's just see if the controller actually works. Okay, it does its thing. Okay, now it does. Wait, how come the Okay, that's weird now. Now error has occurred when loading packages. Change ads, analytics, purchasing. Oh, these are like some stuff that I don't really care about. They fine, but what's not fine is what script is not allowing for these to change? There's specific scripts that allows me to do that. That's saying that because this is saying if the start button, that ain't it. It's really it is. That's the settings menu. There's the one where it says like if there's a script that says allows me to like if I was in GUI manager, but still, yeah, it says like if the says event system is current, set. Yeah, it just says to set the event systems for it. So what I got now is it's something. I don't know. Sometimes Unity be coming up with these random problems that I don't understand how they're not fixed. Oh wait, they do work. Maybe it's just a controller thing. I don't know. It's probably just controller detection or something because it shouldn't do this. Just one more time. I'm just gonna check the controller. This is joystick input right here. The joystick input works correctly. It's just when I press the A button, it won't do what it has to do. I guess that's just a Mac issue, I guess. It's just weird. It's just weird, isn't it? So what I'm gonna I probably might look into that later, but we're gonna be looking at the core issues right now. We're gonna be looking at the core issues, and that is refinding both the player movement and player info stuff. So once I like hop into a game right here, hold up. See, I'm not able to move, but however, I'm still able to like boost into other enemies and still die at the same time. So here's what I gotta do. Here's what I gotta do, and that is, let's see if I go into, there's the main, there's the object stuff, and the player stuff. See all this? All of this is conjoined into one script. What I gotta do is divide this stuff. Divide this stuff into a dedicated player movement script. And also, hold up. This is also in the game manager as well. Like, for example, like player info and stuff. It says like it has the spawn info. It has the spawn info where like players spawn and all that. That's fine. But player settings, stuff like player settings, like the score, high score, trigger, all that stuff has to get out. All that stuff has to get out, be on its own thing. And player is going to be renamed to player movement. For most of this stuff in here is going to be its own thing. So what I'm going to do is like create another script and migrate all that code in. So I'm going to make another C# script. I'm going to call it player with no capital movement. See if Visual Studio does this thing. This is, we're not worrying about kill plane right now. Alright. I mean, they're just regular snacks anyway, so. Can, I mean, it's already open down there, so I don't understand why you're taking a whole millennia just to open. Get some water real quick. Ah, there we go. It's finally waking up. Ooh. Hey, what's up, Vale? What's up, Vale? What's good, man? All right. Let's see what we got here. This is gonna open up. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Uh, almost done with school. Just gotta finish up a couple final assignments, and then I'm done. And that's basically it. That's basically it. Hope you're doing. Oh, that's good, man. That's good, man. All right. When we, all right, in player movement, we just gonna like remove all this, and we're gonna find a way to refactor it later, because we're gonna just like migrate all the stuff that is in the player script. We're gonna remove all this stuff, and I have right here that I removed anything related to the animator. So what I'm gonna do is get all references to any player movement, and we pushing it all over to that script. That's it. I think that's it. Like 200 lines. I'm just gonna spit them back out. Any errors? Any errors? Nope. Okay, and we just gonna make this whole class naked. Okay. So what we're gonna do is look in main, the game manager script. This is all the logic, just saying like for all the background stuff, saying like, hey, this is how like to manage like the lives, high scores, any other actions, UI stuff. All this is like one of the things I can understand myself doing is like trying to say have like one finite way to put all the information in. But you see how all this stuff could have been split up. All this stuff could have been split up into multiple scripts or multiple classes or something like that. What? And this is coming from somebody who doesn't use C sharp like that. I'm not very good with C sharp, but I get like some kind of understanding from like the coding classes I've been doing. So what we're gonna do is do this. Get all this stuff that is in particular to the player settings. So we're gonna cut that out and get this space out because that's we don't have any other thing for that. It's gonna save that out. And hello, we're gonna put this in here. So this is gonna be the main information for this class in particular. And this is gonna break in a whole bunch of areas because it's saying, hey man, that's not cool. Give us the stuff back. Well, we're gonna find another way to put them back in. So so what we got now is the player settings, because this is gonna be the score. Hold on. What I have? What I have in my list right now? I said like I have like basic information, health, and lives. To be honest, I don't think there should be like a lives thing for me. I don't think there should not be any lives because the way how I set my stuff is like a one hit kill thing. Saying like if you get hit by any of the zombie rats in the game, you're this is like you lose a life from that. So what I got here is a way to say, hold on, this is have like a public start. See, ooh, there's a public void start and a public void update, but most of the stuff is gonna be telling me, hey, each time I'm playing, is that each time the game is running, like every single second is gonna be updating this whole script in itself, and that might. And I mean, since my game is lightweight, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. But if my game was doing 3D stuff, doing a lot of graphical power, and everything's being updated every single second, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a humongous problem that I'm gonna be facing later on. All right, so what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Uh, Save that real quick. What am I gonna do? Mm, uh, Hold on. I'm gonna like set continues to stay as 0 hyper mode. This is one of the features that I wanted to add in the original Food Raiders, where like saying like I have like this item called hyper juice, and it gives like the player like some kind of invincibility for like a certain like about like 5 or 10 seconds before the player starts like having to go back to doing attacks and such. So this has so player trigger continue trigger. Oh, now I understand. It's like continue trigger is where like the cap is. Like say if the player reached the high score, which is 10,000. If the player reached 10,000, that is how many continues. I mean that would grant the player a continue or something like that. So I can understand that now. Hold up. That's some good water though. I'm not gonna lie. Um. So what we got? So your score. So we gonna said when the game starts, it's gonna be automatically 0. Score is gonna start off at 0. Hmm. And this is like how you like reset it. So hold on. If I can look at right here, this right here. It's crazy. I'm supposed to. This is like I'm supposed to know my code that I wrote inside and out. I'm just getting confused about it. So what I got is my score. Just set it off to 0 once you start off everything. Uh, Lives equals 5. I'm gonna take out that assignment for that. So I don't know. And another thing is if it's a public void player was attacked. I think this is more of a true or false thing, considering. Oh, it's because it's the exact same thing. Just call it a player attacked. So I'm saying, like, if player attacked, say is attacked, because this is, because I think that's more. And no, if players attacked, then lives will be subtracted by 1. When you're doing coding or something like that, there's 2 ways you can subtract by 1 or subtract by any number, and that's that you can either do minus minus, which is gonna just subtract by 1, or you can just do minus equals 1. They basically do the exact same thing, but minus minus is a lot more easier. So I'm gonna go back to here. I'm gonna come back to here, but right now, this is the biggest thing we got to tackle. This is the biggest thing I have to tackle, because I'm gonna have to rewrite this whole thing. The whole thing. And this is it's gonna be the death of me, because I don't know. This is like, I'm not a big. I'm not very good when it comes to understanding how to work with Regibodies or something like that. Okay, I do, from what I see right now, just to fix some of this stuff up. This is like link to player. The player instance dot lives, because is a player, because this is no longer coming from that script. So what I have first is my rigid body, which should be private, because I don't. Because yeah, it should be just private, because it's like nothing outside is gonna be controlling that one, unless. No. I don't think so. I don't think anything else controlling the rigid body. Movement speed, that should be fine. Check if it's grounded, because that's gonna have the ground collision for it. Check if it's left. It's gonna be for like the player direction, because I'm gonna have to flip the character for it. Player, this is if the player can move, yes. Can use dash attack, yes. Hold up, and also another thing, just to check in the player object, was there anything cutting off the script telling it? Nope, there's nothing cutting off the script telling it not to do anything. So there must be like a movement problem. So what we're gonna be doing is doing this whole movement script right here. Right here. So bye script. I can probably look back at the video again, the VOD for it, so I can just see like what's going on. So in the update movement, in late update, fixed update, because this is gonna be like a certain amount of time it's gonna be updating for. So in the movement, I'm assuming. Hold on. I just had a brain fart. Hold on. Hold on. Redo. Redo, but undo right there. It's because I had the variable. Yeah, I had the variable for it. Okay, that's what was confusing me, saying like where it got it from. So what we're gonna have to do is move input equals input dot get axis raw, and that is horizontal. And this is going to get like both are going to be like the arrow left and right, the A and D keys, and left and right on a joystick. So it's going to be horizontal. And this is where I'm going to have to start the rigid body stuff. Uh, is a red. Your body stuff. Rigid. So what I'm gonna do is if I'm not even like I said, I'm not sure. If movement input is greater than 0.0 0.01, which is going to be going right, is going to be going right. So if move input is more than that, then hold on. That means RB dot. This is going to be the rigid body, so we're just going to add movement to move position. Uh, dot velocity. Dot velocity. Is this the one with allowed me to do the X and Y ones? I'm not sure. I'm not fully sure. Gotta get the rigid body. You know what? I'm not sure about it. Let me go to the documentation for it. This is a rigid body 2D movement. So it says moves the to position. Moves, let's see. Simulated. during the move, neither gravity or any affects the body. Oh, this is more like something like transform though. This is like transformed than anything else. It's not like, so I'm gonna say rigid body 2D. Let me see what they talk about on there. Oh man, let's see, rigid body. Let me look at Unity Learn, because Unity Learn also has something for that too. And no. So what they got is get the access for it. Oh, so the way how they set theirs up is make another vector 2 for the movement and just execute on that. Okay, so here, okay, we're gonna do that. So what we're gonna do that? Let's see, remove that. We're gonna do vector 2 movement, new vector 2. Actually, hold on. Going back, let me go back to see that. The way how they do it. Oh, 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 already has something for it. Okay, never mind. So I can just plug in so I can just plug in move input in 0. Move input in 0. And then we can just do RB dot add force equals, I mean not, no, we're gonna do brackets, and that's gonna do movement. Not move input, I said movement. There we go. That should do something. That should do something. Something simple. Yeah, because that's basically gonna do like give us the movement speed and everything. So also another thing is, hold on, do I have like a speed multiplier? Yes, I have a speed multiplier to that too. So once we're gonna do that, let's multiply it by movement speed. So let's see if that works anyway. And this is attached to the player, so I know Unity is gonna have some kind of fit about that instantly. Unity is gonna have a big old fit saying like all this stuff is not even currently available for it. Uh, it's saying game manager. Game manager saying, "Hey man, all this stuff that is not present in here. Don't worry. We're going. For right now. We're just gonna. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this real quick. Comment everything out. That does not mean all this stuff is going straight to the garbage. It's just that all this stuff has been plugged in yet. So I'm gonna find a way to plug it back in when I'm done. So right here, saying like edit format, comment lines. There we go. We're gonna comment all that stuff out. Now item is saying, hey, where's all this stuff coming from? Everything breaking because of all that. Well, you don't say. It don't say. Everything wants to break up on you. This is one of the things you gotta realize when you like refactoring all this stuff. Comment this out, cause that is something part of the game manager. Let me open up other scripts like the item stuff, cause they're gonna say, hey, man, I don't know what scores and player, not GM. It's not. Wait. That's public. It's public, but it's saying it won't read it. It doesn't want to read it. Player dot. That's weird. And it's not supposed to be static either, considering. Well, then I guess you gotta just what I might do is add a private player just to get that, just get a reference of that. So if I do this now, there we go. Score is being added to it. So we're gonna say plus equals add score. There we go. Alright. So what we got is the player score. Added that real quick. Let me see now. Let me see now. Oh, did I save anything? Yeah, everything should be saved now. You know, I'm gonna just nerf everything. I'm gonna just nerf everything until we get certain things set up, because this is just menus, UI stuff. This is UI stuff we're gonna do now. Comment that out. Save that. We're gonna come back to that later. Anything else I need? Anything else? Game manager. This is the settings. The settings, What else was bad about that? It was just that one line, so I can just go to player. Oop, player dot high score. Just save that. I don't recommend any kind of coding practices that I'm doing because I'm not the best at it. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. But it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. So I'll just so over time I'll probably learn some new habits over the way. But for right now, I'm trying to edit out what do I see best to edit out. Player lost. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna just keep it right there because that's a feature saying like if the player loses a life, that's what happens. So anymore. All this stuff is reference to the game manager though. Player control. That is the player movements. That's gonna be in the player. It should be in the player because I should just migrate all. Should I make collisions its own script? I don't think I should. I think I should just migrate it over to player too because that's just only like basic information for it. Nah, never mind, never mind. I take that back. That's still part of the movement because it needs access to like if the player is like standing on something or is not in the air or something like that, it needs to check those collisions that I have already installed. So that's what I'm gonna have to remind myself of. So what I got timer is a GUI manager timer. Like I said, all this stuff is in the UI. This is just something you can link to the player. Not score. Nope. No, never mind. I can just link it to a private player. Link it to a private player. And get this from over there. So I got that. So going back to Unity, what else we got to take off the list? We got timer, the timer and GUI manage. Those two scripts left. We're just gonna comment that out because those two things right there and GUI manager. So in the solution, GUI manager, there's some part of it that's gonna say this is the part where they said delete high scores. And there we go. Now all we just need to do now is test out what parts is not working. So because basically the movement script is just garbo. Got load up. So it's got all that stuff set up. Still, this stuff is not working. So we need to figure out what is not allowing the player to move when it's supposed to be moving. When it gets spawned. When it's spawned, what is it not doing? What is it not doing? What is the player not doing when it's supposed to? Let's try something. First things first, close out all these tabs. And right here. And isn't when it's supposed to do player movement. This is the I'm gonna do this just to test out if the input is being read. So if it says if input that get access raw, horizontal equal, this is greater than or equals to 0.1. And if that's greater than that, this is gonna pop up in the console saying it's moving right. This is a player is moving right. Else, if the player if the player is hold on, if the horizontal is less than 0.1, then it's going to be saying that it's moving left. Let's just jump to that scene then. Main. Okay, we open that up. Let's see what's inside. Let's see. It's not updating it. It's not updating it. Why is it not doing that? You get the horizontal axis, you get your vector 2, and the rigid body is moving based off of that. Is there anything in the player that is being spawned is not allowing that to occur? It's dynamic, so it should be able to move where it needs to move. It's not gonna be rotating on the Z-axis.
Yep, that's definitely nailed it.
So that's weird. That is really, really weird. It's not just showing that. It's not telling me either that. It's not telling me where the player is not moving from and how it's not showing that. The movement is should be right. Movement should be right. Let's see what the forums say. Let's see what the forums say because I'm not very good when it comes to like, because this is like camera stuff. This is camera stuff that ain't do me no good for right now. What I'm looking for is just simple left and right 2D axis movement. Everybody, and if everybody's doing the exact same thing I'm doing, there must be something I'm doing wrong on my end, and it's not moving. Cause this person is in just doing one horizontal movement, dot velocity. That's weird because well, they're doing something similar, but other people is doing this, do that. Maybe velocity might work instead of add force. Velocity might work instead of add force. Cause add force in like Unreal does something similar though. Let's see if I do that, remove that. Is it not autocomplete for me? It's a velocity. What this person did was like, this person did was, huh? That's weird because I did do something for velocity, not velocity, but in a way how I was doing it is getting the movement for it. The velocity equals movement. Would that work? Maybe movement times movement speed. What'd that do? What would that do? Would that do anything? That's oh. You got water on me. I mean, that's weird. This is a mysterious problem because this has never happened to, well, it happened to me multiple times actually, but I I eventually still don't know what's the cause of the problem. So it's gotta be the focal point is right here. Because all I'm just trying to do is just get the X and Y axis. Well, not just the X and Y axis, but just predominantly the X axis for like the person to move left and right on the screen. Something simple like that. So, is there anything on here hindering for me from doing that from the beginning? Is it can move? No, it can't move because oh wait, maybe that is. I'm not. Hold up. Let's just check that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Can move is not linked to anything. If I use Command F, can move. Where is it? Where is it linked in? That's linked in that one. Player move. If it's on the ground, can move. Wait. Oh, I can see a problem now. The reason why the player is not moving at all is because this. The grid is not even the grid tile map probably does not is not assigned to be called the ground. It's not called the ground. That's why. That's why it's not telling me or giving me any information on why. Huh, there's no I didn't put any that's weird. This is yeah, I didn't put a tag for it. So the tag I wrote for it is specifically ground. It's crazy. I got an enemy one. I have one for enemy. This is the enemy. Do one for enemy. Cause no, enemies in there. Enemies in there. I take that back. This is gonna be ground. Ground tiles. And that's why it's probably telling me it cannot move. No, that's still not. That's still not telling me anything. What about you know what? Let me turn on gizmos too. Turn on all. Turn on everything. Because I do have some debug stuff that shows up that tells me what can do stuff and what can't do stuff. Because I already see right now with the defended object down there with the fruit. Hold on, you already got the deal? That's weird. That's really, really weird. I guess I solved a problem that I didn't know I had, but one thing's for sure is that one for ground, One is for ground, one is for enemy, so both of those should be fine. Both of those should be fine. But can move right here. Can move, and right here is, like I said, I don't understand what am I doing wrong. I don't get it. I mean, there's nothing wrong of what I just did, because I got the player. This is identified what is my player movement. I created a vector 2 based on both my player movement input, and I set it to 0 on the y-axis because we're not going on the y-axis. And then I set my rigid body velocity equals to movement and movement speed. So I'm gonna add a breakpoint. I'm gonna add a breakpoint and see if let me add a breakpoint and check in editor if that's gonna do anything. "17 errors." What is you talking about? Oh, that just says 17 warnings. Let me attach and play. That's weird. It's not allowing me to move. Not allowing me to move whatsoever as I press the A and D keys. And it's not telling me down here what is going on. And it's even more stranger is these guys are doing fine. These guys right here are doing 100 times better than what I'm doing. So, and I think another thing is they use a similar scripts that I have for the player. So let's go take a look at that. Let's go take a look at that and see what I can expect from it, inspect from that. Yeah, their input is similar to the players. They got the flip character thing, same as here. Flip character is the exact same. But the difference is like how they're being how their movement is being updated. And they're saying transform without position is the only difference is their transform is being changed by their X position, and that transform dot position is moving towards that object, which is the defended object. That is legitimately weird. It's basically all in this script right here. All in this script. Let's see. Let's see. That's crazy how I'm getting stumped on this. I might go back to it, but but I'm gonna see if I can do something with the player info stuff. Anything player info related. So you got like the player's score, the continue trigger. Player continue trigger. So with this one, it's saying like if high score. Hold up, not high score. Its score is greater than the high score. Score. This is a high score is equal to score. That's going to be set as that. And that's going to be updated too. And continue. And the continue counter. Actually, this is supposed to be a Boolean because this is supposed to be triggered once. So let's set it right here. Continue trigger. Set it equal to false. Because this is when you start to boot up the game. Continue trigger equals true. Equals true. And then the amount of continues you can get is plus equals 1. And this, I already know this part is going to be updated. Never mind, I take that back. Because this is not, because if this runs every time, it's just going to just keep checking and checking and checking it. I just want everything just to be like a one-time thing, and that's it. So, let me look at the game manager, because I know some of this stuff is going to be like ported back over. The spawn settings, UI, score check. What's score check in this case? Oh, okay, I see it. So in the score check, right here. So this is basically what I just did in So what I just did here is basically the exact same thing I did in the player system. So I can just take this out. I can just take that out. That means I'm just gonna have to delete the part in score check. Score check right here. That whole line right there. I mean, I don't know. I actually do not know where am I having this problem with the player movement, because there's a part in the player movement that literally shows that everybody should be moving. It's including the players. So what happen? I want to see this. What happens if I just like just plug and chug that in? Just plug and chug Buddy in. And there's no difference to that. There's no difference. Let me minimize that, but show all the gizmos for it. That's legitimately weird. It's legitimately weird on how this stuff is rendered out. So, in the scene, that's the head part. That's the top. Ground. This player. Hitbox. Well, hold on. Let's see. Maybe if I did this, put this in a can move script. If can move, it just straight up just said, do all this if possible. That's what I'm saying. So let's see. It might be something to do with the collision, saying like, also another thing is this specific to what it's looking for? Because they're saying on collision, if collision.tag equals ground, can move is true. So hold up. Can move or cannot move? Let's try with the not symbol. We're going to be experimenting. Let's see if that does anything. Also, didn't it just glow up real quick? That circle bit just blew up. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it glowed up for a little bit and then it just went darkened. Is that telling me something? Is that telling me something? Out of curiosity, I want to see this. Make another script. Ground collision. I'm gonna check some stuff out. Open that up. And the player. And the player, but player movement. That means I'm gonna have to reference my collisions. My collision checks in another state. So cut that out. I'm gonna paste this in here. It's gonna tell me. So I'm gonna say private player. Player movement. PM. This is a PM. PM dot. PM dot. Comment this out, because that's not gonna, because I don't have been think for that, and then PM right here. There we go. Let's see what we got. An editor. So on ground check, we're gonna put ground collision in here. It still cuts off. Huh. I might have to do this off screen and check what is going on with this. Maybe in the second part, I'll probably see if. Maybe in the second part, I'll look off screen and see if there's any kind of way to like get my player to start moving again, because that's like weird. That's weird. I'm not sure this might be on my part or this is a Unity thing that is not showing why the player is not moving based on like controller input or keyboard input. But yet, Buckos right here is multiplying like crazy and are still walking. Alright. I think this is probably a good time to end it right now. So it might be a good time to end the stream right now. So I thank everybody for coming out today. For like joining the stream. I feel like I made somewhat decent progress, but there's still a lot more things I have to do behind the scenes to see if I can get stuff to work again. Specifically, this character movement stuff, I'm not very good with that. But hey, it's a learning process. Who knows? I might have to redo the whole system all over again, like entirely, like the player in general, like redo all the. Hold on, just redo this whole script in general. in the prefab itself. Just redo everything in here. Because I'd rather just reset the whole thing and figure out what I was doing wrong for it to not happen than just tangling up myself into something that I don't know how to get myself out of. So that's something. Anyway, thank everybody again for stopping by, and I'll check you. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Thank you.